Little did anyone know that fate, or perhaps just plain bad luck, that would put the lives of these two children on an intersecting course. Kathy was the seventh child, and Joe was the seventh child. And we all know that 7 times 7 is 49. The 49th position in the Kama Sutra, the Hindu Book of Love, is the perpetual copulation position, which once entered into is said to bring eternal bliss, but condemns the lovers to be totally oblivious to the events around them, which, when you think about it, explains an awful lot. For the most part, the children would lead uneventful childhoods, their inherent uniqueness smothered by the chirping flock of siblings that surrounded them, and the exhausted parents' Herculean efforts to keep them fed and clothed. Joe developed a curious love-hate relationship with automobiles, eventually acquiring a '62 Chevy Biscayne from Ted and Betty Martin for the princely sum of $150. He cherished this car, this magic carpet/love machine, even as he systematically beat it to pieces against everything and anything in his path. Even among the Winans, a group with a driving record that reads like a program from the Demolition Derby, Joe stood out. They say that necessity is the mother of inventions, and in a misguided attempt to, quote, fix his vehicles, Joe converted the family garage into an automobile intensive care unit. Here his irrational need to destroy that which he loved came truly into its own. Joe would work tirelessly to reassemble his rigs, often leaving out essential components such as the throttle return spring. Not surprising, this would occasionally led to the occasional sticking of the throttle in the high or zoom position. Not always, of course, just often enough to discourage other members of the family from driving the vehicles Joe had modified. Only Mike seemed content to ride with Joe, perhaps preferring the risk of grievous bodily injury to the alternative of sitting at home with 6 sisters and baby Billy. Mike seemed to take Joe's fender benders and the occasional unplanned forsaking of the highway for a swerving detour through a pea patch or a potato field in stride. Perhaps these early near-death experiences helped develop him into the steely-eyed, rock-steady financial planner he is today. At this point, I need to say a word about the Winan male lack of success with ball sports. It was compensated to a certain degree by their ability to run swiftly and for long distances. Some speculate that generations of fleeing across the Irish moors while carrying stolen sheep and being pursued by wrathful English landlords had bred a certain genetic propensity for fleetness into the males of my tool clan. This, when crossed with the Winan strain, who had for generations scampered across the Bavarian highlands carrying stolen pigs while being pursued by enraged German landlords, has produced a freakishly swift and long-winded male. Whether this is true or not, a prudent man would do well to keep his eyes on his livestock when the Winans are about. And his whiskey, too, for that matter. In any case, Joe did excel at cross-country running. And then we come to Kathy. And, you know, I did my investing research. I did due diligence. And, you know, I talked to her brothers. I talked to her friends. Everybody, oh, no, Kathy was a wonderful child. I just sensed a subtle undercurrent of fear. But Kathy tripped her way through the Quincy School District, blissfully unaware of the fate that awaited her, until one day, While going through the